Ladies and gentlemen, with me today, very, very special guest. Probably one of the more underrated athletes that we have out there, in my personal opinion. Dwayne Lofton can do just about everything. You saw very first play there. He's lined up at running back, plays a lot of wide receiver, line him up inside and outside. Just hard runner, hard to take down. I think one of the best aspects of his game is his vision and just the way that he can see downfield and all the cuts that he makes to get open. He's got a ton of very long touchdown runs or touchdown catches, and just the level of his game is ridiculous. He does short hitch routes. My favorite play that they run all the time is this wide receiver screen where he'll actually go and blow up the cornerback and then come back for the screen. You do not see that a lot in high school ball. Normally they'll just run the screen route and that'll be it. This guy takes it to a whole nother level. But man, Dwayne, I'm real glad that you're here with me today. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, doing fine.
Great, great. Let's just jump straight into this. Take me back to how your season went and some of your goals that you had for it, things of that nature. Just overall, how was this last year for you at football?
It was pretty good. We started off the season with a team full of juniors. We accomplished many of our goals we had at the beginning of the season. We wanted to make the playoffs, and we made the playoffs for the first time in 40 years. And what else? We went 5-5 throughout the season. We played for a district championship. We came up short, but we still made it to district championship. That was one of our goals. So we're just adding on to the next year.
I mean, whatever works. You said that you had a team full of juniors, so you're bringing a lot of talent back for next year. So that'll be good for you guys going forward. Things just focusing on you right now. Going back still to the last season, it looks like you have four offers right now: Duke, Illinois State, Virginia Tech, and Kansas. But what other schools have been in contact with you?
I had Virginia Tech, Duke, Kansas, Illinois State, Texas Southern offered, and William and Mary offered. And then I have a few more other schools like Boise State. They've been in contact. Mississippi State, Auburn, Rice, SFA, Utah, U of H, and OSU, OU, and it's a few more other schools too. It's been a lot lately.
There's some high profile schools in there that you named: OU, OSU, Utah, just name a few. And on the flip side of it, the grade side of it, you had William and Mary, Duke, Rice all in there. So grades are definitely in the right spot in my eyes when you got those schools looking at you. They're no slouch on the academics. But of those schools, or maybe even some other ones, did you go for any visits this last year?
I went to go visit U of H, TCU, University of Incarnate Word. I recently visited OSU and OU, so that's been. I think those are the only schools I want to go visit right now.
Again, some very high profile schools taking notice of your abilities right there, and I mean, it shows all this film that we've been watching while we're doing this interview right now. I mean, the things that you do when you get the ball in your hand are just it's there for the next level 100%. And I know somebody's getting an absolute playmaker when you step on their campus. But looking towards the future a little bit, do you have any plans to go like any camps or any other workouts, anything like that, this off season?
Oh, I'm playing for 707 team, Texas Flex. So I'll be with them all spring and a little throughout the summer. And then I'll be heading to the Under Armour All American camp and then the Rivals camp. And then hopefully get invited to the opening. So I'll be at those too.
And the openings where a ton of things can happen for you. Rivals camp and Under Armour camp are also no slouch. big things can happen to you there. Are you looking at any school specific camps right now, or are you just looking at some of the national combines?
Right now, mostly just combines, and I think I might hit up the Texas camp once they release the dates for that, and mostly like Texas. A lot of camps that are in Texas try to stay kind of close.
Yeah, there's a lot of camps that are finally starting to announce their dates. I know the East Texas Baptist University, their mega camp that they have, they just announced the dates for some high profile schools that are going to be there in Utah, Kansas, TCU, and Southern Miss, and then there's a handful of others that are going to be there as well. Baylor just released their camp schedule finally, and think that's it that I've seen come through my timeline, but a little bit more are finally slowly starting to release theirs. Do you have any plans to go to any junior days to talk with some of the coaches or anything like that?
I went to TCU's junior day last Sunday. I went to SMU's junior day on Sunday also, and then Saturday I went to the OSU camp. So, well, not the camp, the junior day.
That's we're sticking with the theme of some of the high profile schools that are really taking notice of you right there. Probably just waiting on a camp season, and as soon as you tear that up, that'll be something to take note of. And I can pretty much guarantee or guess that there's going to be some major offers coming your way not too long from that. Or at least that's the hope going from there. What are some of your goals going into this next season? You got your one last season in front of you. Really going to go out there, try and tear it up. So, what do you want to have accomplished going in this year?
This next upcoming season, I want to especially go deeper into the playoffs, get some more games in, some more film, add to my highlights and stuff. Then try to basically just up my game a little bit, get basically um, make all my stats better, get more receiving yards, rushing yards, all-purpose yards, just all that all together.
All purpose is definitely a good way to describe what you do out there. One thing I didn't mention at the start is you are a kick returner on your team, and you light it up out there also. I mean, anytime you get the ball in your hands, it's a dominant playmaker. And when you're on a team as high as level as Northside, and then playing against some of the competition that you're playing against, and you're the go-to playmaker on the team like that over and over again. I mean, that right there just says on its own of your playmaking ability and the amount of athletic talent that you possess that you can take with you to the next level. But man, I'm really looking forward to what you're going to do in the future. Hopefully, I'm at one of the camps that you're at or anything like that, because I'd love to shake your hand and meet you in person. But just everything that you possess in your film, I every time I've watched it like 5 or 6 times in a row now, just leading up to before I interview to familiarize myself with it, and the things that you do with the ball in your hand, it makes it look like you're playing against JV a lot of the time. It's extremely talented, and I love seeing it, the things that you do. But again, really looking forward to what you're going to do this next year. Definitely somebody that I'm absolutely going to keep my eye on going forward, and definitely going to be pushing forward to a bunch of the schools that I have contacts with. But man, it has been wonderful talking with you today. Glad you got to join me, and look forward to what you're going to do in the future. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.